Yeah, Jerry, my influences have been, well, I told you in an earlier interview, Elvis, of course, about the first one that really ever influenced me because I was so young, and I think he was just starting out, a little bit. But I had a lot of different influences, probably 15 main influences. One of them was PJ PROBY. I was in a teen band, and PJ had a ponytail and wore the flowery Buccaneer shirts, and he was cool. And so that influenced me a lot. And I went and bought a couple albums by him, and never heard anybody sing like this. And he could do a country song, a pop song, a rock song, and sounded great. And the first time I ever heard a country song done pop, and he just, I mean, the vocals are just perfect. And so that influenced me a lot. Um, he's probably the most diverse singer I've ever heard. He was like Elvis. He could sing anything, gospel, country, and he can sound like anybody. But he's probably the greatest singer I've ever heard in this industry. And I was about ready to quit writing, and his manager Dolan, she's a sweetheart. She got my songs to him, and he recorded 8 on his last album. So he's still a big influence on me. I've watched him through the years and all, and he was kind of the first outlaw, I think. And when I say outlaw, I mean he done things his way, and he was kind of like Waylon was in country music. He was kind of fighting the system, and he's got a big long history of great stuff. He done demos for Elvis, and then the record company wasn't doing anything for him, so he Jack Good, this guy that was producing TV shows and producing the Beatles, saw his potential and asked him to go to England. Well, he was supposed to go to England for 2 weeks and do shows with the Beatles, and he stayed. He's still there in England, and he's a legend in England, and he was a big star for a while there. And I think he kind of went into kind of a, not a retirement, but just kind of got out of the limelight for a long time and had to probably regroup or something a little bit, because this industry is brutal. It's a roller coaster ride, and but anyway, he influenced me a whole lot and still does, and he's defined me as a songwriter. I can't express how thrilled I was when they said he was going to do. I was just wanting one song by him, and next thing I know, he's doing 8. He was going to do a whole album, but I think they run out of studio time at the producer had to go to another country or something. But yeah, he's been a big influence. Greatest singer I've ever heard in this industry. I mean, what can I say? He's just he's the most versatile too. He can sound like anybody he wants to. I've heard him do a thing sound like Johnny Cash. I've heard him do sound like Elvis. I've heard him do a lot of different people. And he started out as a rockabilly star, and went into kind of pop rock, and he's done a lot of different things, and so he's been a very big influence on me. And I've had some others that were big influences as a writer or a singer or a performer, entertainer, whatever, just different areas kind of, but he kind of fills them all, the entertainer and singer and writer. He's written some songs for other groups and people, some great songs. He's a great songwriter, and I think that's another compliment when you get a great songwriter record your songs. uh, hey, so that's probably been my biggest influence now. And like I say, when I was a teen, he was. a big influence too. I wanted to grow a ponytail because of him.